Oh, whoa.
Got something big. Yep, that's large. It's a giant, dude. Okay guys, welcome back to another episode, and today we are fishing with some special guests. They've traveled quite a long way to be here. You guys want to introduce yourselves real quick?
We are Carl and Alex. Well, that's Carl.
That's Alex.
I'm Alex. And yeah, we're from the UK. We mainly do carp fishing, but we want to give bass fishing a go again. Right. So I'm excited.
Okay, so you guys might have recognized them for one of my past videos. They were doing like a little trip with John B, and they actually came and fished with me last year. So they reached out to me on Instagram. They said, hey, we're coming to America. We're gonna do, I don't know, some crazy American tour. You guys have been here for like almost a month, or I guess the whole trip's about a month long, right? Yeah. So they've been here for quite a while, and they're trying to get on some big bass. Carl's biggest bass still apparently he's only about 3 pounds. He's really lacking. Alex has caught like 6 and 7 pounders apparently, so we need to try to get Carl on at least like a 3.5 pounder. I mean, I feel like that's doable. We'll try. So we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna be throwing some frogs and flipping some jigs for some big old bass. One of my favorite lakes to fish. It's absolutely juicy when it comes to the big bass. So we're gonna get out there, go to the first spot, and see if Carl can catch bass.
I mean, this isn't the first spot.
This is not the first spot.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this autofocus is working really good too.
Can I put the throwing motor down? I pulled the thing in it. I don't know.
Alright, so what we're gonna do here is there's some really good like overhanging trees and stuff in here, and we'll see if there's any bass kind of chilling on that. And then we're gonna move into the more heavy vegetation stuff. But I think with the morning bite, they're gonna be kind of sporadically like kind of intermixed through all this stuff. And they could really be cruising anywhere. And right now there's still like quite a few bluegill spawning, and a lot of times the bass will move up on their beds and start eating them. And a frog's a pretty decent way to catch bass that are eating gills. So we're gonna give this a go, try this spot out, and then move into these heavy pads. And then if we have to later on, we're gonna go start flipping some jigs for some big old bass. But hopefully we can get some on topwater, because that's probably the most fun thing to do. So
Sweet.
Yep. See if we can get one. The first cast. Oh. You got to be really, really close to what you're flipping at. So you got to have dirty water. Like this is even probably too clear to really be doing that. Go. Oh, he came off. See, and that's what happens in the heavy vegetation, dude. That was a big one. No.
Oh, damn it.
Dude. Oh my. Yeah, that was like a 4 pounder probably. We're gonna have to move spots.
What's the plan for you, Dave?
We need to go to another frogging area. Some days they want the frog, and some days they do not. Oh, whoa! Some days they want the frog, and some days they do not. I was literally looking over to the next spot, and it just freaking smoked it. I was reeling it in. That's a good one. Come here, buddy. Oh, it's a freaking pig. That's a freaking toad right there. I'm sorry. Dude, that's a chunk. That's one of the bigger ones that I've got out of here. I wish I brought the scale with, man. That's got to be about a 4.5 pounder. That's a pig. I was recording good.
Dude, that came up in
it was in that little, the big tall pads right in the corner there. I was straight reeling it in. I wasn't like fishing it. I was literally about to say we might have to abandon this frog pattern. I don't know if they're eating this. And I was like, I cast it in that pocket, and I was like looking over there thinking about what we could do next. I'm just like reeling it in, and I kind of heard something, and then all of a sudden my thing stopped moving. I was like, oh, I guess one's got it. Oh, there's a big one. Big one, big one. Big, 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 big one.
Oh my God.
It's not that big. Why was he feeling like he was like 7 pounds, dude? Woo!
That's still a nice
dude,
one.
that's like a 3 pounder. There we go. She hit it like she was like a 7 pounder, dude. Finally get bit on the jig. It only took like 12.5 years. Jeez, dude. That's nuts. Yeah, so I don't know how long you think we've been out here. Probably like 2 or 3 hours.
Something
And
like that.
caught like one fish on accident on a frog, and then I finally just stuck like probably a close to 3-pound fish. Not a giant by any means, but she fought like she was a giant. Oh, did you just break off? He just broke off.
Yeah, that just broke me off.
He just got smoked. All right, well, we're gonna put this one in the live well for a little bit too. We're gonna get the weight on these fish and see how big they are, but we'll get a couple in the live well and you know, see how our best 5 go, maybe if we can catch a few more. So
Nice.
there we go. That's about a 3-pounder. All I'm doing, guys, is I'm flipping this little football jig. We're sitting up in about 4 feet of water, pretty shallow. This lake's max depth is only about 10 to 15 feet though, so it's not a really deep lake. And these fish don't really have anywhere to go offshore. So we are gonna try to do some offshore fishing because I've never done it here, because I think with this 82-degree water, there's gonna be something somewhere out in the middle of this basin. But so far, we're kind of sticking to the shallow game, seeing what we could do. And that was the first good bite in quite some time. So hopefully we're getting into them here though, because apparently we each had a bite right there, literally. 3-pounder, missed one, and then snapped something off. So it all just went down real fast. But stay tuned. We're gonna catch some fish, and hopefully the jig bites on, because I love catching fish on this freaking jig. Oh yeah. Good one?
Oh, I don't know.
It's probably a good one.
Go on, Alex.
Oh yeah, it's a big one, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's a friggin' stud. There's another like 3-pounder.
That is a nice one.
Not a giant, but that's another good one. Look and check that out too.
Oh.
You hold him up to your camera.
Yeah.
He's got it choked, dude. So we're definitely getting into him now, guys. So far it's been super slow, but that's 2 fish boated right at about 3 pounds in the past like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and a couple missed ones by Carl as well. So we're getting a few bites.
Did I do that wrong?
What happened there, buddy?
Billy, shall I put the trolling motor down? I pulled the thing and it, I don't know, it's the string snapped, I guess. I don't know where, like, that is just, it's just snapped, the string is just snapped completely. Maybe I should have supported it or something.
You didn't do anything wrong. That thing was already super frayed. It was gonna break at any second.
Okay. It's just unlucky that
it's just
it was
really
me.
funny that it was you that did it, yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Got something big. Yep, that's large. Dude, it's a giant, dude. It's a freaking giant. It's a freaking giant, dude.
That is a big one.
We got 2 4-pounders now, baby. Dude, the jig is down her throat. I was like going to pick it up, and all of a sudden I just saw my line was like 10 feet to the right, so I swung on her. Oh, it's a freaking big old bass. Well, we've got 4 in the box right now.
Yes.
Here in America, we do a lot of bass fishing tournaments, and we do our best 5 for a bass fishing limit. We have 4 really good fish. We need 1 more. We were actually about to leave this lake, but if we get 1 more, we could weigh our best 5 fish. But yeah, so we're gonna get this one in the box right quick, but that's a good, like, probably 4-pounder. Not as fat as that last one, but a little bit longer and a bigger head on her too, so.
Wow.
Good fish. Woo.
It sounds like we've got a giant on the boat.
On the Carl's Bait and Tackle, baby. Yeah. Carl's Bait and Tackle might have the biggest bass in the boat of the day. Made by Carl himself. You're welcome. He hasn't caught any bass yet today, but he has created the bait. It is definitely his. Don't look into that too far. He definitely created Carl's Bait and Tackle. It was not Mr. Tacklebox. They definitely didn't have anything to do with it. Oh.
Oh.
Got another one.
Oh my goodness.
It's a little pudge. It's like a little, I got her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not big.
Oh,
She's a fat one. She's a short and fat one. Just a little baby. Little pudger. Flipping the old jig.
That one's brown.
Yeah, right? That looks like the first one. A little chunk. See, but this is what I'm talking about. How contradictory is that? It's like you catch one offshore, then you catch one flipping in the pads, you catch one flipping docks. Like, who knows what the heck is going on, man? You go like an hour without a bite, then you catch like 2 in a row. It's like, it's just so goofy. But that is number 5 for our 5 bass limit. So we're gonna get these fish on the scale here in a hot second, see if we can catch 1 or 2 more maybe. And yeah, we'll see what we're dealing with. I think that we have quite a bag right now. Carl's Bait and Tackle, baby. Getting it done. I switched over to this and get 2 bites immediately. Thanks, Carl.
That's all right.
Oh, there we go. Yep, it's a big one. It's a big one. It's another big one. What? What's up? Thank you. He was living right on your dock. Whoa, dude, that might be the biggest one yet. That's a freaking tank. Okay, well, that's gonna be a little upgrade for us. just a minor upgrade, you know. Okay, so that's always good when you're culling out like 2 1/4, 2 1/2 pounders. Like I said, we're gonna do our best 5. We're releasing all these fish, but as of right now, we have a very big limit. Let's get rid of this little chunk though. That's a good fish too, in and of its own. Not a bad bass. That one's going back in, and we now have 5 very big fish in the live well. I can't believe that was that big. So as you guys just saw, we weighed them in. We have about 16 1/2 pounds. Not the best day ever, but those are some giant Southern Michigan largemouth. We're gonna get them back in the water. 2 right at about 4 pounds right there. So awesome day out here fishing with Carl and Alex. Later, they're gonna show me how to carp fish. So I brought them out here to catch some largemouth, just like we did last year, and hopefully you guys had a good time. I know, poor Carl. Didn't get any bass today quite yet, but we're gonna do some more largemouth fishing as well, and we're gonna fish a couple easier lakes to catch just fish offshore. Because the bite that we're on, I'm probably gonna get the most bites because I'm sitting in the front of the boat and it's kind of a flipping and pitching deal, so I get first access to all these fish, so it makes sense that I'm gonna catch more fish, and just they haven't, you know, bass fished a ton. So, but good day on the water. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Some really big bass, and we're gonna get them all back in the lake here, but I will catch you guys in the next one.